Hey everyone, my name's Nikki. It's kind of always been a passion of mine, makeup. I recently became a Younique presenter, and I decided that I'm going to do tutorials because I love makeup. I love being able to give people tips and hints for novice makeup users, people who've never done it before, and that kind of thing. I'm a little novice myself, so it's fun that we can kind of learn together and go together. So please be easy on me, as this is my very first video. I've already cleansed, toned, washed my face, and moisturized. Very important that you do all those steps so my face is nice and clean and clear. We're going to start with Touch Glorious Face Primer by Younique. It is so soft and silky. You want to start with a face primer. It's so important. It is going to stop the foundation. It's gonna, I just use like a line like that, put it all over my face. It's gonna stop the foundation from leaking in, from going into your pores. It is going to fill any small lines so your foundation doesn't have a chance to settle into any wrinkles. It's going to give you a nice, smooth, satin finish. Honestly, guys, I've used a lot of makeup product, and this is by far, hands down, the softest, most luxurious primer I've ever used. I'm in love. So anyways, just rub it all on there. I like to put a little bit down my neck. And another thing that the primer is going to do, obviously, is help your makeup last all day long. And that's obviously a huge important thing to everybody. So I like to let my primer sit for a couple minutes, just kind of absorb into the skin. The next thing I want to talk about is how I'm going to be applying my foundation. I am a beauty blender girl all the way. You might prefer something that looks like this, maybe like a foundation brush, something like this, but I love beauty blenders. Tip, trick, right now, wet your beauty blenders. This is my concealer one. This is for my face, all over my face. Wet them. You don't want to be absorbing product, so if you wet them, sometimes I even use a towel to kind of like wring it out after so it's not sopping, but this is probably like doubled in size. And same with this one. You want to make sure when you put your product on the ball, on your beauty blender, sorry, not the ball, that it just sits there. That it just sits. It doesn't move. And that is exactly what you want. So I'm going to get my Mineral Touch Foundation from Younique. Shake it first because it might separate due to the minerals in it. And open it up. And we start like this. I need a little bit. I am a full coverage girl, but with Younique, honestly, full coverage to me isn't, I don't even consider it normal full coverage because I have used name brand products, $60, $70, $80 foundations, and nothing has went onto my skin like this before. It actually, when I first started using Younique, don't mind me, I have a couple mirrors sitting around here. I like to do my makeup in a few different mirrors and a few different lighting angles. So anyways, I've never had a product that felt so lightweight and non-cakey on my skin. It was a blessing in disguise when I found it, honest to God. Like, it feels, once it's all on, just do a tapping motion with your beauty blender, never rub, or you're just rubbing product around. It makes no sense. Yeah, don't forget, obviously, your forehead. I like to do my hair afterwards, just for the fact that you can blend in easier to your hairline. And that's pretty important. And no matter, like, sometimes, like, this shade is, like, a little bit dark for me, but by the end, I have it bronzed and perfect. It is, and it completely suits me. So you can, if you accidentally buy a shade too dark, you can make it work for you, ladies. If you have the blending techniques and the ability to do so. So I'm just finishing up here. If you're unhappy with any of the lines that the beauty blender like this end is giving you, I always go to the bigger end and kind of blot it out, blend it out this way. Over your nose. your eyes, I just do like a little tap in there. Okay, perfect. Now we're moving on to concealer. And our concealer is amazing, if I can find it. Oh, here it is. You want to shake it again. Mineral foundation, mineral concealer. You want to give it a good shake. I don't apply it directly to my beauty blender. Don't apply it directly underneath your eyes or you're going to get that creasing that you see there. You're going to get that and it's all going to fill up with product. That's not pretty. Go down in a diagonal. I used to do a full V. Now I kind of do like a backwards check mark. Okay. And then I do places that I want to brighten up as well. So I do the bridge of my nose, my lip, upper lip right there. And I also do a little bit of an area on my chin. Remember when picking out concealer, it should be 1 to 2 shades lighter than your foundation because you're trying to brighten up the area, not darken it. So I take my concealer, beauty blender, blend it out, blend it up a little bit. Okay, and your eyes. So blending down and up, kind of into a V. And remember, patting, never wiping. Because what are you doing? Wasting your product. No one likes that. I was just wondering, like, I was like, oh, your nose is really shiny, but it's because I haven't blended in the concealer there yet. So yeah, through my makeup process, I have different lighting in here. I have a couple different mirrors and I'm checking in all of these different mirrors because you want, like throughout the day, people are going to see you in different lighting and you want to make sure your makeup looks accurate in all of them. If you do get those little fine lines, take your finger, rub them out, take this part and go just to even them out a little bit, okay? It's good. I'm just going to finish this up quickly in this mirror. Brighten up the bridge of my nose, a little bit up towards my forehead. Yes, obviously concealer is for zits and stuff like that as well. It's amazing. But our foundation does that just as well. Okay, perfect. So, face is partially done. The next part, one of my favorite parts, is setting our foundation. So first I like to go in with a smaller brush and cut in almost kind of like when you're painting. Cut in the areas that your bigger brush, where did I stick it? Did I lose everything if my head wasn't attached? Goodness. Anyways, I had a bigger brush somewhere. We might have to use this brush, this fluffy brush, to use our powder. But if I can find the other brush, that would be ideal. Anyways, I'm using Touch Behold Translucent Setting Powder by Younique. It's amazing. Comes like this. It's really cool. I just dip my brush into it. I knock off any extra product back into the container so you're not actually wasting. And I cut in like underneath the eye. I'm just going to use my other mirror for this. And remember, it's more of like a dab the product in than it is anything else. So like dab the product on as opposed to wipe it. I'm upset that I can't find my one big powder brush. I might have to go look for one. You might have to hold on. Because these areas, like, they're really simple areas to cut in. I do, you can set your eyelids this way, so you're not getting that crease. I've already applied primer to my eyelids when I just applied some of our face primer. And so you want to set your eyelids so you're not getting that crease. So I'm just using our translucent powder, and I'm just setting them like that. I set the corner, I set underneath our eye. I am on a mission for a big fluffy brush. Give me 2 seconds. I was sitting on it. That's embarrassing. Okay, so we go like this. Big fluffy brush, extra powder into the container, and dab it on. I still like, obviously, to put it where, like, the areas that I've cut in. But, that's just to confirm that I got everywhere. And again, just patting, never a wipe. Don't be going like this. Patting the powder into your skin. Good. So, I am a 2-set type girl. So I use that as a translucent setting powder, but I also use our Touch Behold setting spray, which is really fun. You hold it arm's length away from you. So I like to back up on the couch so people can see me doing this. Arm's length away, and you go. It smells good, but also a little like beer. But it has a really sweet scent to it after a while. The first initial scent was a little bit like beer, but now it tastes really good. So I'm just getting that dry. And with the setting spray, 5, 6, 7, 10 sprays, give her. I think, anyways. Next, I think we will go on to contour. And this is kind of where I go makeup on a budget on you. I actually don't have a contour palette right now. So we are going like this. We are going to highlight. We are going to contour with an eyeshadow palette. It is palette number 4, Moodstruck Addiction, from Younique, obviously. And we are going to bronze with these 2 colors here. They are called Brave and Secretive. And we are going to highlight with Tender. Excuse me. So we'll start, obviously, on our cheeks to highlight those killer cheekbones. If this is how you've been finding your cheekbones your whole life, you've been doing it wrong. Don't do that. Let me show you. So we're going to get a little bit of Brave on our brush. And I'm going to blow it off. Maybe even knock off a little extra powder that way. And we're going to find below our cheekbone. So about here. And we're gonna stop about there. You don't want to go any further. It's going to make your face look really shallow. So bone, a little bit under. Okay, so that's on there. That gives us kind of an idea. We're going to go again into Brave. We're going to find where we need to be on this side. Find your cheekbone. Underneath. Go about halfway. And upwards. Okay, so the bronzer's on. It doesn't look pretty. I know that. You know that. Blending is huge here. This is the only time where I'm going to say, take your hands and go, and we're going to blend round and round any harsh lines. See what a quick rub of my face and how that like really took down any harsh lines. And we can even take this and kind of go like that. To blend them into my cheek even further. Okay, see from compared to that to that. Okay, so again, we're going to use the mirror for this, and we're blending. You can also use a little paper towel if you want, or a little Kleenex, and kind of do it in a blotting motion. And then again, this is just going to take away any extra harsh lines. Okay, see that? And then we're going to go any place, again, we're going to go into Brave, any place where natural light falls. So we've sculpted our cheekbones. We're going to go down each side of our nose. And again, that went on really, really dark. So we're going to take this brush and we're going to go out. Blending can almost fix anything. See? See, I was just like a little bit darker there. And then one last spot. Actually, two more spots that I like to do is hairline. And you can see, the color go on there. Wow, that's dark. So I'm going to go, this is my first time kind of using this as on a budget. But if you take your big beauty blender brush, and just keep blending. And that actually looks really good. Okay, and we're going to take another blow on this, and we're going to go just a little bit dusting on our collarbone. And just in case it went a little bit crazy underneath our collarbone, we're going to take this, again, our big fluffy brush, and go like this. The next part, as promised, that goes with our contour is highlight. So first place we highlight is on the cheekbone. And I like to use the sponge for this because I actually have not really found a genuine purpose for the sponge other than like two things. Tapping on eyeshadow and putting on your highlighter. So here, as highlighter, we're using Tender right here. And all we're going to do is we're just going to dip into it and rub. And we're going to find our cheekbone. And we're going to go just, like again, we don't want to go down here. We want to go up just where the bronzer is. And I'm going to use my mirror for this. And I love this shade, so I'm going to put on it a couple times. We're going to blend it in anyways. And this color is literally so pretty. It's gorgeous. So we're going to put a highlight on our cheekbones. Down the bridge of our nose. If you have an oily T-zone, don't do what I'm about to do because it'll highlight itself. Okay, rub it in a little bit. Rub in the highlight. Rub that in. So you rub in both the highlights on your forehead. Oh, I almost forgot one more spot. On your forehead, on your nose, on your cheek bones, and a little bit right there. One final step on our face is just going to add a little bit more color. It's the Moonstruck Powdered Pressed Blush. And I think this is color, it's Serene. It's absolutely beautiful. If you're not a huge blush wearer and you're just kind of breaking into it, it's like this, it doesn't do it justice, but it's like so shimmery. So I'm just going to go tap, tap, tap into that. And you do smile, and you just put it on the apples of your cheeks. That's the only place it needs to go. And it's so pretty. I love it. So truthfully, guys, this is where I do one last facial spray. I want to thank you so much for watching how I do a really simple face. I'll be back with an eye look.